Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So, a change of plans. Uh, I've done a little looking up into it. Turns out we already have all the knights, and the frozen outskirts area over here is completely optional, not required to. We won't find any more knights down there. We already have them all, which makes the fight as easy as possible. So let's do the boss fight first, I think. And then we can do the optional content. Because in my opinion, that's when the optional part of each DLC is usually the hardest. Oh, it's been a while since we saw her. Sure thing. Welcome aboard. It is fitting. We had Ben Hart in the first DLC. Now we get her. Twiggy Shy. Is this a player? It might be. This one's definitely a Sunbro. And he's about to be disappointed. Because I'm gonna get myself killed in the first 5 seconds. Here are the knights. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is looking very Lost Isolate-like. Wait, do these guys wear... They use... fire? Am I supposed to be doing something here? Looks like I can't backstab them. Sure, that would be too easy. This is a mess. Oh, okay. So That's that. Looks like there's an item there. And something is happening. Leggings. Burnt Ivory King. It's just him now. Don't like the looks of that big sword. We haven't lost. Actually, I think we're down to one knight. The other knights are gone. Uh-oh. He's stuck. Well done. Is there a second round or something? Guess not. So I got his soul. Crown of the Ivory King. A faint heat lingers in the ancient crown. Okay. So I have to go over here now. There's gotta be more to it.
You've granted my one wish. Now, I have no regrets. I was born amidst the dark. Long ago, in the depths of the abyss, my father perished. The dark shattered into tiny pieces, one of which was me. How frightened I was. A frail thing, born from but a splinter of dark. I felt that I might simply disappear. I am, in fact, the incarnation of my father's fears. I saw that the king of this land was strong, I sought him only to sustain myself, to smother my fears. Now, I realize that he may have known all along. I was born of fear, and my Lord provided comfort. And so, here I remain, heiress to my Lord's wishes, watching over chaos. Until the end of time.
Huh. Okay.
The Knights of Aleum Lois were swallowed by the chaos, where their souls still remain. I pray for their deliverance. The Knights of where there's I pray for them.
So her father died, and she was born from a fragment of his soul. And she came here to serve the king, which we just fought, because he was corrupted by the chaos. But we didn't kill the chaos. Is that it? Soul of the Ivory King. Soul of the Ivory King of Aleum Lois. The proud Ivory King was ever merciful, and devoted himself to the protection of his great land until he was devoured by the flames of chaos. The wondrous soul of this great king. Okay, sure. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do with his soul. And let's check out what we just got. The crown of the Ivory King. Again, doesn't seem all that great. Crown of the Ivory King, who once ruled this land. Far to the north, a king built a great cathedral to appease the raging flame. But when he sensed the degradation of his soul, he left without a word, leaving everything to Alsana, who had, unbeknownst, found a place at his side. But these were events of long ago, and today no one even remembers the king's name. Well, she might. Let's invest these souls. Can only get one. Let's put one more point into vigor and one into endurance. As soon as we can, of course. Yeah, we don't have enough souls. We do have smooth and silky stones. Maybe we'll get some souls out of that.
You, give it, Mood. Yes, you! Give us Silky! Yeah. Too nice, too smooth. Yeah! Silky smooth!
Good.
Yes, you!
Alright. Now we do have a soul, but we should also go and see what we can do with the Ivory King's soul. Maybe it will be an axe. That'd be nice. Nothing here. Okay, so off to see the crow. We got this whole place cleared out. That's how I like it. Here. Ivory King Ultra Great Sword. Only 5,000. Ultra Great Sword of the Ivory King of Ilium Lois. Wield with both hands to realize its full strength. It is said that the Ivory King was once the highest ranking knight in his home of Forossa, famed for its god of war. After taking his crown, they say he was the first to swing his sword in times of need, be it for his homeland or for his people. So Ilium Lois is in Forossa then, and the Ivory King was the king of Forossa, where Vengarl is also from. Looks like it's mostly a dexterity weapon, so no good to us. Pity.
Come back again if you find another soul.
Now, let's go see the blacksmith. Actually, I could have used Ornifex. She's a blacksmith as well.
I knew.
Too late. I'm here now.
I'll be around if you make it back.
How about you? Do you have anything new for me?
Well,
Nope. Nothing new. Well, let's buy some dragon bone. And sure, a chunk. I just don't want to. I just don't want to go out there with a lot of souls. So we could now our options. We could go and do the frozen outskirts, but as I understand, something interesting happens if you bring all 3 crowns to King Vendrick in that memory. Unfortunately, it means we'll have to defeat Hollow King Vendrick, because we made him hostile. No other way around it. We've been putting it off for a while. We will eventually clear these ones out. I tell you, I can't wait until there's no more of these guys. Which will happen at some point. we will end up exhausting them.
Do not produce light.
Human.
Light. And all those who bear it are unwelcome in this place. What?
We have all the stuff he had for sale, right? We were missing this one.
This place is welcome. Death is equitable. Tell me what you deserve. Farewell, human.
Here we go. Still barely dealing any damage. Ah yeah, the triple whammy. So long as he doesn't do the triple swing, we'll be fine. Looks like being close to the wall can also block his attacks. Missed. Yeah, got it. Achievement, Vendrick. Defeat Vendrick. And we got a bunch of souls for it.
Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. What do you see in the flames? Find the crowns and your own answers. The crowns hold the strength of lords from times long past. Seek adversity, as befits you, Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. Seeker of fire, conqueror of dark. I too sought fire once. With fire, they say, a true king can harness the curse. A lie, but I knew no better. Seeker of fire, you know not the depth of dark within you. It grows deeper still, the more flame you covet. Flame, oh, flame.
That sounds like what Macduff says.
Seeker of fire, I see you've subdued another foul creature. One of the father of the Abyss spawn. That confounded quintessence of humanity. The Abyss once had form, but then dissipated. And yet, traces of its existence endured. Each fragment, thirsting for power, spread dark with no relent. My dear Chandra was one such fragment. A feeble, tiny thing that thirsted for power more than any other. Driven by insatiable lust for a worthy vessel. Fire came to be, and with it, disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, light and dark. Dark was seen as a curse. Shadow is not cast, but born of fire. And the brighter the flame, the deeper the shadow. Inherit fire and harness the dark. Such is the calling of a true leader. Dark was seen as a curse. Shadow is not cast, and in such dark shadow and in such is the.
I don't get it. I have the crowns. Do I need to do something else?
Dark shadow and in such is the calling. such.
Maybe I need to leave and come back and speak to him again. Something is supposed to happen when you have all 3 crowns.
Dark was seen as a shadow in such a dark.
Okay. I'm missing something then. Hold on a second. Okay, I looked it up. Turns out we need a 4th ground, which apparently requires that you defeat King Vendrick first, which I just did. And we can now go and get the next crown. But first, let's go to Majula. Level up. One point here. And 1 point in vitality. There we go. We don't really get much benefit from leveling up endurance now, but I still want to level it up. I mean, our build is pretty much finalized at this point. So we can just do whatever. Now we need to go back to the Shrine of Banana. Ooh, I remember this place. And here we go. This is the place. To be honest, I had completely forgotten about this one. Despite all the trouble the Dragon Rider gave me when I tried to get here. Here we go. You need to be human to open this door and to have defeated Hollow King Vendrick. Soul of the King. What about the crown? Ah, here we go. King's crown, king's armor, king's gauntlets, king's legging. Soul of the King. This great soul beckoned the dark, overwhelming the king. Perhaps this king, who once ruled the world of men, was a lacking vessel for the true throne. And now we have... Where do we have? Here. The King's Crown. Crown of Vendrick, King of Drangleic. What makes a king? Some say that it is birthright, while others call it destiny. Perhaps it is not important, as long as the king's name serves to unite his people. And we've got the king's armor. Very heavy. Armor of Vendrick, King of Drangleic. Pretty swanky. I like it. But the Llewellyn armor is already upgraded. Not gonna change now. We only came here for the crown. Let's run back to the bonfire. Now we have to trudge all the way back to where the memory is. There's something else I'd like to check out. Apparently you can also use the Ashen Heart somewhere in the arena where you fought the giant spider. Apparently. I don't remember when I read that or where. I'd like to give it a shot.
Human, do not produce light.
Yes, I know. No light. Light is terrible. I only just noticed all the statues in the room. Creepy.
One day fire will fade, and dark will become a curse. Men will be free from death, left to wander eternally. Dark will again be ours, and in our true shape, we can bury the false legends of yore. Only, is this our only choice? Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. Seek strength.
Ah.
The rest will follow.
So if I understand correctly, wearing heat radiates from the ancient crowns. So wearing any of the ancient crowns now means you won't go hollow. Given a choice, I think I'd like the old Iron King's crown more. Okay, now let's go check out the spider's place. See what that's all about. Oh, nice. Okay, that already makes this trip worth it. Well, okay. If we beat him, we get an effigy. So that's okay, I guess. There we go. We also still need to go and fight the Dark Lurker. So still plenty of things we need to do. Okay. This is a good opportunity to test it out. And I'm still human. Sweet. Now, does this work if we become hollow and then put on the crown? That would completely eliminate the need for effigies. And I could still rock my saint's hood. But that sounds like it would be way too good to be true. No way would they let us do it. Mastodon Greatsword. Huh. Alright. Why are these spiders dropping great swords? That's weird. So there is something to it. Dragon memories. This is interesting. I wonder how many other spots like that there are. I'd have to check the wiki. Can't just go sticking my nose everywhere. Ancient Dragon Soul. So he's already dead in his memories? What's with all the blood stains? Okay. Is there anything else in here? Anything at all? They were fighting something. Yeah, I don't get it. There's nothing here. There doesn't even seem to be a way out. We just gotta wait for the time to run out. Maybe we could use the feather? Okay, I looked it up. There is apparently nothing else to it. Alright. Ancient Dragon Soul. Soul of the great ancient dragon that stands magnificently deep within the shrine. This powerful being stands and waits for whoever may visit him. Use the Dragon Soul, created by those who peered into the essence of the soul, to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Well, let's see what we can do with these souls. Soul of the Great King and Ancient Dragon Soul. They're both wondrous souls, though maybe Strat can't do anything with them. Yeah. Nope. We have to go and see Ornifex. Oh, the spiders are all dead.
Hello.
Let's see what our options are. Ruler Sword, King's Ultra Great Sword, Curved Dragon Great Sword, King's Shield, and that's it. Well, let's take a look at the shield. It's one of the small ones. Shield of Vendrick, King of Drangleic. One fragment of dark, having taken human shape, became obsessed with the king's soul. Impelled by its own cravings, it sought souls, and strove to make the strength of the giants its own. Well, there's only one thing we can do with the Ancient Dragon, so that's the Curved Dragon Greatsword, a dexterity scaling weapon. A curved greatsword forged from the soul of the Ancient Dragon. In the Age of Ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog, a land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. This one requires intelligence and dexterity. And this one's a great sword. I'll go with the great sword. An ultra great sword forged from the soul of King Vendrick inflicts heavy damage on enemy armor. Only the king knows whether the depiction of the queen is a resentful mockery or an affectionate exaltation.
again if you find another soul.
Okay. So now we have a good supply of effigies. Let's go to Drangleic Castle. There is still this one, this bonfire, which is apparently somewhere in the path leading up to the Twin Dragon Rider fight. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, the queen's gone. Ominous. We've already caught on that there's something not quite right about there. That's where it was. This would have made the trek to the Twin Dragon Riders easier. So, okay, let's try and do this one more time.
Fine, now, young. The most of it, if you. May the dark shine your way. May the dark shine your way.
Being able to stagger the enemies is so good. Love this weapon. Not so good when they block, of course. Oh, anesthetic. Sweet. Yeah, that's the problem when you need to get some space to heal. Okay, let's do the test now. And no. Okay. So putting it on after the fact doesn't help.
Fine. No. Yeah. A masterpiece. May the dark.
Oh. That guy timed out. Perfect. No, not timed out. Just we exhausted it. That's what I mean. I mean, that happens sooner or later. And that's what I like. The path to the boss completely clear. Now, let's do a little test. I want to see if I can stagger the Dark Lurker. Here. And there's no point in taking the shield. Let's two-hand it. And here we go. Okay, so we can't seem to stagger him. So even with that ring, we can't really stagger him. Not much of an option.
Fine, na, yeah. The mouth to the duck, if. Yeah. The mouth, if. May the duck.
Hopefully, that's the last of them. Oh, right, I forgot. The buffs disappear. Can be staggered. So close.
Fine, na, yum. The mouth to the if. the dark.
I feel like lightning works better against him than fire. Just a feeling. And yeah, we've got the terrain completely free ahead of us. Got him. Selfless giver, max out devotion to Covenant. I did it. Nice. So I guess I fall down the hole now. Your devotion to your covenant has deepened, and you have gained the rank.
Young undead, you've discovered the truest dark within you. A deep, deep dark it is. The dark that we must all face. We need the abyss more now than ever.
Xanthus crown, overcoat, gloves, waistcloth, and climax. We have arrived at climax.
I bequeath these to you. Take them on your pilgrimage.
Even more gifts. Dragon chime. That's the best chime, I think. I really wanted that one.
The embrace of the dark is gentle. Let it absorb your sorrows forever. The embrace. May the dark shine your way.
Okay, we don't need a crown anymore. because we don't need the effigies. I can spend them freely if I need to. Let's take a look at what we found. Dark Lurker Soul. Soul of what lurks in the dark chasm. The dark chasm of old is the remnant of some ancient dissipated being. Interesting. Okay, let's go see Strahd. See what we can do with this soul. Here, Life Drain Patch. It's a spell, X. So, not something we can really make much use out of. That's fine. More importantly, let's see this chime we got. Dragon Chime. Yes, S rank on lightning. Requires 50 fate, which we have. The priest chime right now is better because it's upgraded and infused. Very good casting speed. So we gotta upgrade it. Now, what does it take? Hopefully Titanite, because I'm all out of Twinkling.
Huh.
Ah, it's Twinkling Titanite. Oh dear. Well, okay. It's still good casting speed.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Let's also infuse it with lightning. And
Bearer until
we buy another level up. I'm thinking strength. And we just happen to have quite a few bolt stones. Perfect.
If you walk with flame, take these.
Oh, nice. Smith for Life achievement. Inherit Steady Hand Macduff's equipment.
The power of flame, power of the gods. In the end, it is all beyond our reach. And so, flame, be gone.
Right. Now, one last thing I'd like to do is get back into the Sunbro Covenant. there's also that equipment we got. Here, Xanthus. This blindingly bright yellow costume is said to have been worn by the Xanthus king. The king in yellow, huh? Despite the costumes being in near tatters, its yellow hues are mysteriously unfaded. Holy reference, Batman. Okay, so where's climax? A hex that distorts the power of life, emits a mass of dark, but at the cost of all souls. Strength varies depending on the number of souls, not a hex to be used lightly. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be using it, actually. Okay, so I actually think we've done pretty much everything there is to do in the game, other than the final boss fights. There's just the frozen outskirts left to do, which I think we'll do in the next episode. Now we should change our equipment back to what we had. We can't roll with this, so we could put the Drake Keepers on. Sure, let's go Drake Keepers. We can still roll like this. Oh, and we should change back to the crown. They all weigh pretty much the same. So, and that puts us over. So, Grand League Shield. There. Okay, feeling good. Now we've got this dangerous next area up ahead, which I'm sure is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you're excited. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.